Yeah, we're seeing a swap here
Rious
from
going for
Rious,
Teros.
yeah.
Rious going for the Teros, so was on Yumiko, so I guess everyone likes to play Teros, I guess, even after. But right now, they both pick up their first weapon, and well, to see, like, still on the hammer, so the shared weapon with Yumiko. Right now, fighting a 1v1 with Mack. So Mack is here on the Orion to do that, and now going to be going off the 1v1 against Knic. So kind of so far, not too much of an advantage either way just yet. So we haven't seen any sort of a weird. I know Teros is always really off stage. You can do some cheap off stage stuff the same way you can do with Yumiko. Maybe that's what Rious is going for. But we're going to have to see how it goes throughout the rest of the match. Maybe an opportunity will show up there. Right now, Knic's recovery catches will not be enough to send Rious off. Light is good. That connects. Dodges the recovery. And that's the first stock taken over there. Interstella losing the first stock. Rious is not going to make it back either, and that's another quick stock. Yeah. And Interstella trying to avoid getting the extra credit built on the temporary 1v2. Yeah. So now they're all back.
Yeah, and we're seeing that the red team is kind of at a deficit right now. And, you know, if it's anything coming into this set, I'm expecting a very close matchup between these two teams here. I mean, a game 5 in the winners, I forgot what match that was, but, you know, to get the top 4 qualifiers. No, I know this is Elimination Finals, but they played in the winners side as well.
Winners Final. Yeah, the winners final, that's right.
And I think it was winners semis actually that they played in. Those two
yeah, winners semis. Mack and Knic lost to Skizek in the final. That's right.
Yep, indeed. And you know, to see right now, it's even stocks where we're seeing now Rious going down to their last here. Interstella on 79 damage, but Mack right now, you know, the least healthiest for his team. Maybe if the red team focuses on Mack a little bit here, they can probably get him out. But, you know, the blue team is playing a very strong game, you know, kind of like they did against Knic and brawlhalla, where, like I mentioned, they were getting those little 1-2s, they're getting those follow-up. But getting back to the action, we're seeing Interstella takes out Knic, gets out Mack as well, too. And just like that, we're seeing that the red team takes back the lead here in a very decisive manner. If Interstella holds his second stock here, this would be looking very great for them here in this game number 1. Let's see how it goes, though.
Yeah, Rious is probably gonna need to hold on to
the compound! The weapon throw!
Team stock right now. Oh wow! Oh, Interstella makes it back. Knic. Knic is not gonna make it back, and that's fine because Interstella does have 2 stocks. So
I just felt like I witnessed a robbery. I just felt like I witnessed a robbery. I just saw stocks flying across the screen. Like, if you look at some of these stocks, man, they were so quick. I mean, what was it? 28 seconds for Knic's last stock and 24 seconds for Mack's last stock?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what you have whenever you have, like, some of these off-stage interactions, especially in 2v2. Like, you have... if you get a 2v1 going on against someone who's off-stage, it can be really devastating because they're there to cover up... The teammates there to cover up a lot of the options that you use to get out of the first team member, right. So... Very, very volatile, depending on how you play it.
Yeah, those last stock situations, I mean, in that game number 1, it went by really quickly. But red team takes the upper hand, though, in this best of 5. And you know what? Like I mentioned, they played before in the past. So, you know, the red team losing that best of 5, in the 3-2 manner, of course. Now that they're up here, you know, it's showing that, you know, they want a little bit of revenge here. They want to continue in today's bracket. They're not only satisfied with the 3rd place spot, they want to go in that grand spot to potentially beat Skizek and Money here, whilst Knic and Mack are looking to get their sort of revenge on Skizek and brawlhalla from beating them in the winners final. So regardless of what we're getting here, we're kind of getting, you know, some sort of revenge matchup, you know.
Knic catching a Teros with no dodge and quickly gets the first stock.
Yeah. Seeing that Rious, yeah, already down to the second here. Interstella, you know, playing the stock tag for his team a little bit early. It seems like the blue team is kind of, you know, their goal is kind of set up here, but Interstella with the turnaround.
Mack went for aggressive play and got punished by Interstella on the ground pound, so really good move by Interstella to not panic there, and Interstella going for the aggressive play themselves there. Knic's not going to make it back. Mack saves. Mack makes it back, and Interstella's gone, but so they're even on stocks now, actually. So
Yeah, even on stocks, but the damage tells a little bit of a different story. You see Mack, I mean, he's on 73, Rious over on 92. Okay, Mack now over on 113. But, you know, Interstella there, I believe he went for, I think blue team had went for a save, and Interstella was looking to interrupt the save, but it kind of backfired on him, and it actually took his stock in a moment here. But getting back to the action, we're seeing that Mack looking to try to take out Rious here, but Rious slides by. Gets hit by that unarmed down stick there, but Interstella looking for the knockout, gets a weapon throw. I think he still has recovery, is able to make it back, but eats the Sair. Interstella now gets a knockout, making this a tied up stock situation. But the damage once again tells a different story. Knic right now, the stock tank for his team, 63 damage. Interstella on the other hand, stock tank for his team, 142. The blue team right now has the upper hand, and if they want to put themselves up on the board here in the best of 5, they gotta continue that the way that they're playing. Continue with this momentum.
Mack going there, I wouldn't be doing that because Interstella's doing Interstella with the dare. Mack does make it back. I was concerned because it was Mack's team stock for this, so not sure Knic would carry the 1v2 in this situation, but Mack does survive. I was really scared.
It was definitely looking a little bit iffy there, but Rious, you know, speaking of looking iffy, look at this guy's slot stock. 170, 184 now. I mean, he's a Teros, but he isn't gonna be living for long. The Pogo connects, and just like that, the blue team gets a 2v1. And now we're seeing Interstella here off stage. He's daring him. He's like, yo, you know, you guys know you guys want to come off stage. Come and get a taste of this hammer real quick. But this is definitely a winnable 2v1. If Interstella can get out Mack here and push for this 1v1, maybe, just maybe.
Well, there goes Mack.
Just maybe he can win it. But the stock difference is looking huge.
Not able to convert on that.
Knic with the spear in
Knic
hand.
still up a whole stock, but Interstella could make it. Not able to get to it. Stomp Stair didn't connect. So we got the Nair. Knic isn't able to catch with the D-Light. So Interstella playing around. Knic trying to just land a stock. The unarmed end light will not be enough to take out. The just one hit on axe would may be enough for that. Interstella does take the stock. So
gets the weapon throw inside of recovery.
Yeah.
Definitely possible to get the KO, but you know Interstella is going to be looking for that, you know, like a sweet lands game, man. Big ground pound though comes out, and just like that, folks, Knic is going to be taking that game for his team. And I mean, man, what do you got to make of that? What do you got to make of that game here, Jaguar?
Yeah, I think his Mack went for a very aggressive play, and sometimes he almost got punished for it, but really it also paid off quite well to get to a situation where the 2v1 can be converted.
100%. And now we're going to be seeing some sort of swap here coming in from Rious. Going to be going over to the Ragnar. And you saw, I mean, even over on Teros, I didn't think they put up too big numbers. I mean, it was only 211 damage. Yeah, they definitely weren't playing, you know, for Teros, man. We know Teros to be that heavy hitter of a legend. But really, their stocks got eaten up really quickly. I mean, in 90 seconds, the first 90 seconds of the game, their first 2 stocks were gone. But enough about that last game. We're going to be getting to our game number 3, where it's 1-1 right now. It's anybody's game here to win, but both teams have shown that, you know what, they can definitely be the winners of this set. And we saw in, well, we didn't see over here on stream, but I saw from the winners semis how close a game that was here. And I mean, it's looking like we might be in for a treat still here, folks. Mack though,
Mack makes the save with Knic to help with the save on Mack, and to avoid losing that first stock pretty quickly again to
Knic looks like he needs a save, but
Knic
Mack
can make it back this time.
Ooh, just barely. I think Knic didn't touch there.
Yeah, it was pretty close. So Mack's still in the first stock, trying to avoid getting that stock taken, and then Rious
not again.
Recovery not maybe enough, and Mack loses the stock quickly as well. And there's recovery. Knic in trouble. It makes it back.
Yeah, Interstella's just putting up a clinic way off stage, man. He's just dropping these stocks quickly, racking up so much damage off stage. It's honestly absurd the way that he's doing it. You see, Mack there was looking for the Sair follow up onto Rious, but doesn't get it. Okay, Rious with the axe, you know, showing some sort of light right now. But still, 190 damage to red team. Finally, there we go. Rious is gone. Can he get out of Interstella though? Mack hunting for the knockout, but Interstella is able to make it back. Still makes a touch. He has all of his options. Now he still makes it back. Somehow living. He eats the Sair. Somehow still alive, 195, but NC comes out from Rious, gets a knockout. Knic is down to his last already. This is so early in the game, especially look at the red team right now. Where, I mean, you see that Rious is on his second stock, Interstella still on his first, and Knic is over on his last?
Yeah, maybe it's like Interstella's just trying to repeat that performance of holding on all 3 stocks at the end of the game, as we saw earlier. That size is going to eat the stock, so Interstella's not going to be able to 3-stock this game right now, but still in a very commanding position with Knic at 81 on the blue side is the team stock. So Knic basically needs to play carefully to
100%
to avoid converting it to the 1, and the mack is stocks now. Mack is on final stock and gets double KO'd, and it looks like the red team is going to be going home with this to be taking a 2-1 lead. But we'll just close out this and see how they convert it. Over.
Oh, wait. Mack makes it back. Hold up. You got to have some faith in Mack. Maybe he can win this. Who knows? He's off stage right now, and he's kind of daring Interstella. He's like, come down here. I'm going to try to get this gimp real quick here. But to do that against some guy like Interstella, we've seen how he plays, man. He lives for the TikTok. He lives for the clips here. Rious now off stage. Mack somehow makes it back. Still living, though. He's using his options wisely. But he knows if he has to win this one, he needs to get some sort of gimp. He needs to get some sort of cheeky knockout somehow. And that's what he's fishing for here, really. But the damage is being racked up so much. And Interstella is just covering his return. He's just spamming these down 6. But finally now sends him off stage. Interstella looking for the clip once again. But Mack makes it back. He's living in these situations. He's daring them to come off stage. But Interstella gets a recovery. And sadly, that's going to be the end of Mack's run here. 2-1 right now. Yeah. It's going to be the end of his run for this game. So, But
yeah,
2-1 right now, where to put on match point here in the elimination side. Whew. What an exciting game that was, but definitely a very much turn of events. You saw that Interstella and Rious, they had such, a commanding lead, I would say, over the blue team. And it was really because you look at those first 2 stocks. Once again, 90 seconds. The first 90 seconds of the game, you saw that Knic was already down to his last, and that definitely wasn't the best of situations for the blue team in order to really win that game. And I feel like definitely the survivability of Knic has to come to play there. And as well, too, I gotta point out, I gotta give the credit as well to Interstella. 118 over on his first stock. Almost 2 minutes holding his first stock forward. That's huge.
Yeah, definitely. Interstella is like really hard to KO, and that could be very much an asset. And it really depends, like how much they might be wanting to try to perhaps focus Rious instead to try to get the 2v1 earlier. Let's see. Blue team gets both the weapons this time in the opening spawn here in game number 4. Well, and
I would say this set has been going back and forth, We saw that, Mack and Knic, I think they lose or win game number 1.
I think they lost game 1.
Yeah, I believe they lost game number 1, they won game number 2. And then we see Interstella and Rious win game number 3. Maybe, the blue team locks in here and win game number 4. It seems like, with the damage right now, it's looking like it.
Make it back. Interstella's not going to make it back. Yeah. So Mack's offstage interaction, I thought was a bit scary because tried to ground pound again, didn't connect, but then does get the KO off stage. So picking up both stocks of the red team on the in the first minute. So blue team is off to a good start so far.
Most definitely. You know what, Mack right now, the least damage on his team, trying to really extend as much as he can. He's really trying to build this lead up here, trying to rack up so much damage onto Interstella. Somehow Mack is still alive though, is able to make it back, gets his wall touch. Side comes out from Interstella, and Sig now, you're seeing him trying to throw out signatures. Both members of red team throwing out these signatures here, and they're kind of getting punished. Big Seer though comes out. Knic
stomps carefully around there, hammer and a double KO.
That was a nice little interaction there from the red team. Gets the stomp Seer from Interstella, and then the follow-up of the unarmed Seer from Rious.
Yeah, absolutely.
To get the knockout. That was actually that was a little bit funny. I don't think it was needed, but it was definitely. I'm not sure if that would have knocked out, to be honest. But what a recovery from Knic!
Appreciate that.
What a recovery from Knic to get Interstella there, and unarmed down stick. That might be enough from Rious. Never mind. He does make it back. Lives another day. But the blue team right now, they're playing this one really strong. You gotta give credits to Mack as well, too. 68 damage right now on his second stock. Really holding this one pair for this team. Oh, what a nice combo. 3-piece combo off stage onto Interstella. And I think really the game plan, you see that Rious over on his second.
He gets punished for it.
He still lives. Rious is down to their last. But you look at Interstella, 89 damage right now on his last stock. And it seems like the blue team has been targeting Interstella for the most part of this game number 4, and it's been working out.
Yeah. I think target one of them and try to get the 2v1 as soon as he can. And Interstella's, I think, just had a rough offstage interaction. Explained some of it, but also building up more damage too.
Yeah.
So we're good to see that. Catches that and does get the Ragnar end state to lead to the KO. And so now Ragnar's all alone in the 1v2 with an extra stock and change for Knic to do. So probably gonna have to be focusing Mack to try to focusing Mack even though. Get that 1v1.
Hold up. Mack makes it back. Never mind. But you see Rious here over on his last 143, whilst Knic is just, you know what, he's just chilling on stage. He gets a pogo, gets a confirm, and just like that, folks, another game 5. I mean, wow. This game, like I mentioned, this set has been going back and forth, and now we got a game 5. Jaguar, I want your thoughts about this game, how this game went down, and then what can we expect here for our game 5?
Well, this game was really just dominant on the Mack and Knic side to just really hit Interstella a lot, take an early stock and take an early first stock, and get to that 2v1 situation and force for team stock to get to game 5. Game 5, we're probably gonna see a lot of this. It's gonna really depend on if Mack willing to go aggressive with these deep ground pounds to is Mack going to be able to handle hammer by Interstella off stage? Because that's one of the things that has led to several KOs.
Well, I don't think he has to worry about that hammer, folks, because we're seeing that Interstella is going to be making a swap over to the Orion. And honestly, we see that Mack throughout today's tournament has been on this Orion. And, I don't think he's, I think he started off on the Orion and, he's been consistently playing the Orion here. And to see Interstella also kind of challenging him a little bit. I mean, we know Interstella as that kind of lance player in the clan. So now he's over on the Black Knight. I mean, same crossover and everything. To me, it's a kind of an ego pick a little bit. I can't lie.
Yeah, sure.
But as much of both of these players, they have their knowledge over on Orion. They both kind of share a different. They share a different path.
Not just Interstella, but Knic's not gonna make it back, and Mack loses his stock soon. So
yeah.
So far, Red Team getting the better of that interaction, but it is not over yet.
Definitely not over. As you can see, I mean, the blue team, oh my goodness, with the catharsis cooking from Rious. The downstick comes out. Wait, Knic fades away a little bit, gets pogo, and that's already down to his last. It's a minute into the game, folks, and Knic is already down to his last stock.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate to have happen. Like, that's sort of the last thing you want to have when you're already down. This is now Knic needs to play extremely cautious just to not lose the last stock with somebody who gets caught by the end stake. Knic, back. I always get scared when you off stage like that, especially when it's a team stock.
Yeah.
And right now, finally gets to Interstella's first stock, so that's taken care of. But Knic at 77 damage already, and has 2 more stocks to each opponent to go, and actually 3 on Rious. Because Rious is still alive.
Interstella holding its recovery for as long as he can here. Trying to make it back through 30 still, though. Rious, somehow alive, is able to make the touch back onto the wall here. Mack hunting for the knockout, finally able to get the knockout. But Interstella gets the clean up onto Mack. Mack also on his last. The red team, it seems like this is their game to win. This is their redemption story. It might just be Interstella and Rious in the grands. But does the blue team lock in here? Do we see them get the clutch? Do we see them bring this one back here? You see Knic is fighting for his life, but it's an NSIG is gone up in the heavens. 160 damage on the last here. Mack, 90 damage to his name. The blue team desperately needs some sort of combo. They need some sort of damage, some sort of something onto the red team. Any red team right now. Any red team member goes for the ground pound. Interstella dodges it. No, Knic, live! He makes it back, folks. Big side stick. You're seeing Mack is trying to take control of this. He gets a Sarah off. Mack fighting for his life. Goes for the weapon throw. Is that enough? Interstella fades. Rious going for the ground pound, but Mack trying to get the knockout onto Rious. What a dodge. I think he dodged the side sig. Mack somehow alive, but Knic is gone. Mack right now left in the 2v1 once again. We've seen this position. We've seen Mack in this position before, but he's at 163. He takes out Rious. Everyone is on their last stock, but the down sig connects. And folks, they did it. They have beaten Knic and Mack and gotten their revenge. And they're going to be going into Grands. Jaguar.
That's right.
What are your thoughts about that game? What an exhilarating game that was.
Absolutely. You were kind of getting really into it. So it's kind of hard. It was kind of hard to be say too much, but otherwise, really just excited to see that, especially the off stage stuff really working out in the favor of Interstella to get that 2v1 quickly. Just building up a lot of stuff and really solid performance. So I'm gonna be excited to see how they fare against Moni Hall and Skizex in the grand final.